Good evening and welcome to Tara Cherie. Hello and welcome to Tara Cherie. And today I want to talk to you about having setbacks in your personal life and also in your business life, in your work life, in your family life. We all have situations and circumstances that come up, things in our life that just we don't completely understand, and that's when we got to take a step back. And the best thing that we can do, because emotions, feelings, they can lie to us. They can make us feel down, depressed, in the dumps. But the important thing is that you're not alone, and these feelings and these thoughts are only temporary. They don't even have to be permanent. The biggest thing is stepping back and putting things into perspective. When anything ever gets negative, the best thing that you can do is think of something immediately that is positive, that you can pinpoint that went well in your day or your week. Just because there's a storm doesn't mean that you can't rejoice in your life. In fact, when the going gets tough and things get hard, the best thing that you can possibly do is to praise, is to celebrate. It doesn't matter if you're a believer or not, you can still celebrate the positive things that happen in your life. If you don't believe in God, definitely, at least take a look at the positive things. Definitely, for sure. I think most of you are believers, but for those that aren't, it's okay. And I'm not here to judge you on what your belief system is. I have friends of all nationalities, religions, backgrounds. But what I am here to encourage you with is what you focus on is what is going to be reaped and benefited from in your life, whether that's good or bad. And so you just want to make sure that whatever it is, that it's positive. And so if you want to get positive, if you want to see, better results in your life, the biggest thing to do is to stay positive, to stay connected, to keep up the consistency, to keep up the momentum. And the last thing that you want to do when you have personal setbacks is to quit. It may take, a few moments of you just stepping back and saying, okay, I really need to look at things again. I really need to reevaluate, see what I can change, see what I could do to make a difference. Maybe take a look and see what's going on. But don't get caught up in everything that's going wrong and what you personally did wrong, that you fail to see what went right, because you could be focusing on what you don't have and what you're lacking, and so therefore you're dealing with lack. You're dealing with never having enough. You're never happy. You're never content with where you're at, and that's not good either. And so you need to have balance and to keep things in perspective. And for those that do believe, the biggest way that I really believe anyways, is to take everything into prayer to the Lord. Really just hand it over, surrender it, trust Him with your situation. He knew you before you were born. He knows the exact situation that you're in right now, and He's testing you to see if you really trust and believe. You're being tested in this life to see if you can be entrusted with more, if you really believe and feel that you're worthy of deserving more. And even if you don't believe, you need to start telling yourself that you do believe. You need to change your language. You need to change your posture. That could be part of it. And, it's not uncommon. I mean, people speak negative things over themselves all the time. It's a matter of habit. I mean, we get into that habit. I mean, how easy is it to say, your little kid comes to you in the grocery store and says, Mommy, can we get this? And you tell them, no, I can't afford it. Okay, well, I can't afford it is a great example of lack. You're focusing on what you don't have. And it doesn't really matter. It's that you believe that you don't have it, and so you're confessing with your mouth that you do not have it, and therefore you do not have it. And, this seems like so innocent. It's just the store, right? What's the big deal? Well, you just confess something, and when you confess it, you're speaking it into existence. And it may not show up in your life right away. It may show up in your life later down the road. So, yeah, you might be in a position of setback, but a better way to have handled that is, okay, that's not why we're at the store. Mommy told you we came to the store because we are buying XYZ items, and we need to be good with the resources and the funds that we're entrusted with, and therefore Mommy is sticking to buying these few items that were already on our list, and I need you to hold me accountable. Yes, your kids can hold you accountable, and yes, you absolutely can have other people hold you accountable, but if your kids are right there with you, they're going to be the best ones to encourage you and hold you accountable, especially if you're asking them to. So the biggest thing that you can do is really have them encourage you in that, and even your spouse, include them in that. You want to stay true to what it is that is going on in your life. Just because something is going on now or had been so in the past, your words are everything. There are two things that really affect how you handle setbacks. And it's the first one we just discussed. That's positivity. But secondly, what's most important when it comes to that is just knowing that your attitude and your mindset needs to be shifted. It's not just about confessing positive things. If you're thinking something else and you're confessing something else, that's like wavering. You're saying, yes, God, I trust you. And then you're saying, no, but I got to take it back. But what if it doesn't work out? But God, hurry up. I need it. I need something to change in my life right now. Well, you know what? God's not going to answer that. He's looking for your faithfulness and your obedience. And part of that, the scriptures tell us that you need to allow all thoughts to be held captive to Christ Jesus. And so that means that absolutely our thoughts are a direct reflection of what we're going to be speaking. And so if our thoughts are focused on God, we have no other way. All the negativity was evicted, thrown out. It has no bearing over us. All the seasons of unworthiness, of doubt, of fear, of anxiety, they have to leave. And you're the only one that can make them leave. You're the only one that could say, okay, Christ Jesus, I'm surrendering XYZ to you. I'm binding these things up and I'm sending them back where they belong. You take them. You take over, God. I want to ask him. I want to have more thoughts like yours, Christ. I want to be more like you. I want to serve in a way that is pleasing to you. I want my thoughts to only be focused on you because it's you, God, that carries me through that storm. And again, this is to those that believe, and if not, still focusing on the positive things and making the decision to confess positive things and to not dwell on the negative and to find something positive. It's still the same concept. It's still absolutely going to help you in a time of setback. Just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it has to be your future. And your thoughts and what you confess are what is going to carry you through that setback. Instead of saying, gosh, I just wish I would really get out of this season, just tell him, well, thank God I'm not where I was before. Thank God that I've made progress in life. Thank goodness that, I have a roof over my head. I have shelter. Thank goodness I have a job. I have the ability to work it. And that's another thing. Along with what goes with the mind is also attitude. Attitude really affects things. If you hate your family situation, you hate the way your spouse is treating you, you want to send your kids somewhere else, you don't treat your work the way that you should, you're not honoring to your bosses or to those that you work with or those that you're supposed to help, that's a problem. And attitude is a great part of obedience. And if you do not have the right attitude, do not expect to get promoted. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. I'm sure you've got people that you've once been employed by, that you worked with a team of people, and you notice the one that was always complaining. Do they, symbolize somebody that's worthy of promotion? They're probably not at the top of the promotion list. But the one that's always positive, always jumping in, always looking for solutions, always looking for the positive in life, that's the person that's going to get promoted. Absolutely. And so you want to be in that category. So the best way that you can be able to do that is to change your mindset and to say, today is going to be a positive day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a difference today. Those are things that you can do that are going to make a really big impact for the better. And so you just need to really trust. This is your season to really trust what is going on in your life. It's to believe. It's to see how much do you really truly believe. And that will make up a huge, huge difference. So just don't give up. Just really stick to everything. That we've discussed here on tonight's, little conference here, little food for thought that I'm giving to you, our little meeting here. But it really is designed for you to make that shift. It is a mindset shift. You have to shift your thoughts if you expect to move forward. If you're dwelling on the negative, it's going to retract. It's going to drag you backwards. And just because you're in a season of setback does not mean you cannot continue to take steps forward. In fact, it might be a little bit of a challenge. You might have a few things to plow through, or you might have a few hurdles that you've got to climb, but it absolutely is absolutely in your reach. But that's up to you, my friends. So make the decision to change your attitude, to adjust if it needs to be. We all fall off the bandwagon sometimes. You're going to have moments. You're human. You're not perfect. Great. Dust yourself off. Give yourself grace. Give yourself permission to get back up and to keep going. You know, when you actually keep going through setbacks, it's building your character. It's building endurance for you. It's building your posture. It's developing who you are. It's refining you so that when you do get entrusted with promotion, and no matter what area that is, whether that's employment, whether that's family, whether that's children, whatever that situation looks like, that you know how to be entrusted with that next phase. That you are someone that is to be a light on a hill to other people. Because you absolutely are, and you're a leader, and you set an example. Whether or not you want to stand out as leader, maybe you want to go hide. Maybe you're somebody that doesn't like being around large crowds. Maybe you're somebody that doesn't really feel like you ever have anything to offer that you represent or stand out. Maybe you don't feel like you're that bold or bold enough to even speak out. But the thing is, you're a leader. You are meant to help other people. You lead every day. You lead by example. You help other people. People are put in your life for a reason, and you want to demonstrate that through your walk. And not just how you're talking, but you want to demonstrate that you're going to have a positive attitude, that today is going to be a great day, that any adjustments you need to make are being made, that you're going to, if something needs to be evicted and leave, that you're going to take care of that in the morning, that you refuse to allow that to carry you throughout the rest of the day, and that no matter what challenge you face, you're going to face it with a smile on your face. I know I have some lipstick on my teeth. I'm aware of that tonight. I didn't get it off in time, okay? But don't judge me for having lipstick on my teeth. It's happened to you, I'm sure. But the biggest thing is, in all seriousness, I'm just kidding around with you, but in all seriousness, it doesn't really matter. Just show your teeth, just smile, just be you. Be your authentic self and learn how to overcome your setbacks. And just start with one positive thought and then add another positive thought. And maybe you only had one good thing happen today and you had to repeat that one positive thing over and over and over and over again. Maybe God's trying to teach you to receive. Maybe He's trying to teach you that you need to do something with that. So the best thing that you can do is to be obedient and to listen. Go off and pray. Hear His voice. If you need to be reminded of one positive thing because you just feel like you can't think of anything, go to Him and ask Him to reveal that to you. I'm sure He will bring something to you to focus on and be positive about. So just hang in there. Just know that it's going to get better. It's going to get better, but it's going to take failures. We always want to look at all the successes of what everybody else has, but what we forget is the amount of failure that they went through, the amount of setbacks that they went through in order to get to where they're at today. The bigger the problem that you have, and the bigger that you come up with the solution, and the more positive your mindset and your attitude, guess what? The greater the reward. So keep going. Don't get discouraged. Just to recap, go to prayer, change your mindset, change your attitude, smile, confess positive thoughts, and pretty soon you'll become that. And you'll become somebody that's extremely attractive to others, and you will see what a difference that it makes in your personal life, your spouse's life, your relationships with others, your kids, your employment. Whatever that situation looks like, you will rise up, and you have it in you, but it starts with you. It starts with these shifts and these changes that you, my friend, must make in the time of setbacks. I believe in you. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless. If you want to learn more about us, please feel free to join us on Facebook at Tara Cherie. It's Tara space Cherie, Cherie. If you have any questions or feedback about today's content, then please feel free to also email us at tarashericonsulting@gmail.com, or you can also give us feedback on our blog at taracherie.org. Again, you have a great rest of your day. God bless you. Have an abundant week. And until next time, bye-bye.